Hey moms, welcome to the Gather Moms podcast. My name is Kate.
And I'm Rebecca. We've created this space just for you because we're both moms and we get you.
Yes, we believe there truly ain't no hood like the motherhood, and we need to be in this together. We also believe we can't mom well without Jesus, so you're going to hear us talk about him too.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Gather Moms and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.
All right, mamas, let's jump in.
Hey moms, welcome to episode 25. This is the first episode of season 3 of the Gather Moms podcast.
Yay!
We have missed you so much.
So much.
Thank you for letting us take some time off for the holidays to be with our families.
Yes.
We were really excited to send them back to school.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Yes, and in my home, we had extended holiday time with them home.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because we got the good old COVID.
She got it.
Yes.
You won the lottery. Good job.
Yes. Well, we've got those antibodies. I feel like I could sell my blood or something and make a little
You
side
can,
hustle.
actually. Can't you?
I don't know.
You can get plasma now. It's got the good stuff.
With the antibodies?
Yes.
Do they pay extra for that?
Oh, I don't know if they pay. I think you're supposed to do it out of the goodness of your heart.
Yeah, I'm talking
You're
about
saving lives, buddy.
Yeah, I'm talking about a black market side hustle where, like, in the night, people come to my side yard and I'm like, here you go, take a little draw out of this.
Okay, that's getting sketchy. I did tell Jeremy, though, I was like, you guys could totally go to Mexico because now they have that rule that you have to have a negative COVID test to come back to the States. I'm like, girl, you had it. You good.
I know.
Go down there and have yourself a good time.
Yeah, we had it. We made it through it. But the quarantine was so long. The school, bless their little hearts, they're trying to be very careful.
Very careful.
So it was 10 days from Jeremy's positive COVID test plus 13. So it was 23 days. And he...
That's a month. That is a whole month.
It was very long. And his positive COVID test was December 28th. So, like, yeah, it was a minute.
You need a Christmas break redo.
Yeah, man. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay, so we're looking here. If you're listening to this, I always jack this up, but is it, contemporarily.
Listen, that word, we're never going to get it right. Okay. It's the C word. The C word.
Oh, okay. Well, I think there's another bad C word, but if you are listening to this, live currently, then we are just kind of hitting the end of January. So do you have your Christmas decorations down, Rebecca?
Okay, so it took us a little longer
to
get them down this year, but I did take them down. I think it was January 8th. No, it was before the kids went back to school, so it's probably like the 4th or 5th.
You got the Christmas decor down, but those lights just came down.
Listen, I tell my husband every year, don't put all those lights up because you're going to have to take them down when it's over, and then he never wants to, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
But there are other people in our neighborhood with Christmas lights still up.
For sure.
We are not the last.
No, and I'm surprised. I mean, does the HOA, what is the rule, I wonder, on that? Because our HOA can get real turnt about stuff.
Trash cans in the front of your house for too
those
long.
That are listening, in case you don't know, Rebecca and I live in the same neighborhood. We're actually 2 streets apart from each other, which is very convenient. She lived here first, and I was like, that looks like a good idea. Let me go move over there.
Listen, when you can have people where your kids can ride their bike to their house and get you an egg,
yes,
that is
sir.
a winner.
Yes. For me, I think it's Rotel or like diced tomatoes.
Yes, we have shared canned goods. Yes, we have.
So we got our Christmas decorations down, pretty easily, and thank goodness.
Because you had somebody take your lights down for you.
Okay, we have somebody take our lights down.
You bougie. You got the bougie lights.
Rebecca, I'm telling you, that is your goal for 2021.
Yes. Pay somebody to put my lights up.
You're a 2-income family. Y'all have achieved the level of paying for someone to do the lights.
It's time.
And so they did that, and then we did all the Christmas decor. I mean, I did the Christmas decor because I felt a lot better than Jeremy did with COVID. He was been very sick. But so unfortunately, all of our Christmas boxes are still sitting in the garage, and that's driving me a little crazy.
Yes.
So
I think we have ours up in the attic. We're beating you.
Way to go.
Yes.
Okay, so that's my goal for him this weekend. I'm like, you've got to because honestly, I hated to ask him because he had such lung issues with this, and so he got winded so easily, and so I hated to be like, hey, you need to tote all these.
Wind yourself and take those right on up to the attic.
Yes, so he can do that this weekend. I'm ready to be able to park in my garage again.
Okay, but listen, let's be honest. The reason that Rebecca is not parking in her garage is because the gather boxes are sitting in her garage.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so our church, well, no shade on the church, but
Right.
they're redoing
They
some
were being
stuff.
kind to let us house our merchandise.
So we have all this merch from our events and everything that we store at the church, and so now it's in
my
Rebecca's garage. And I have some in my garage. Jenny has some in hers.
Listen, we gotta put all those boxes together and get them somewhere.
Yes.
But it's so funny because in Texas the weather's not so bad, so it's okay to park in my driveway. Like,
For sure.
I'm not walking out in the snow or anything.
No, that's true. So do you like it when you take all the decorations down? Like, what does that do to your soul? How do you feel about it?
Two things. It does feel empty, but there is a part of that that's very refreshing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my goodness, it's
Yeah.
so clean. Yeah. But then you look at your decorations and go, God,
Right?
I need to step up my game.
Don't you feel kind of, it's
Yes.
an emotional roller coaster.
There's so much excitement that it's down, and then you sit on your couch and you're like, oh, it's so blah.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And you're like, okay, when am I going to Hobby Lobby? I need to figure out what I need to do with this mantle to like give it a little zhuzh.
You and the mantles. Kate has a whole thing with her mantle. Listen.
Excuse me, rude. It needs to get updated with the seasons.
I feel like pillows, like I always want to update my couch pillows.
Do you?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I feel like that adds like a little fresh vibe, you
Yeah.
know? And then of course there's always one random Christmas decoration you forget, and it's like sitting on a
Yes.
counter somewhere, and like 2 months later you're like, what is baby Jesus?
I'm saying.
Do it on the console.
And then I'm too lazy. I'll just like pull down the attic stairs, walk up and just like set it on the ledge, close it. Be like, well, we'll deal with that
Don't fall down till next year.
in a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the deal. Like, if you went to Hobby Lobby or
Yeah.
HomeGoods and you, like, walked around to see the new home decor,
Yeah.
I think there's some pretty standard home signs that everyone sees.
Without a doubt. I was actually just at Hobby Lobby looking at these.
Yes.
Because we were talking about, this new season and things. So I was really paying attention. And there was a really cute one that said The Gathering Place.
Oh, that's cute.
And
Gather. Everybody wants to be like us.
Of course, all the Gather signs.
All of them.
Even
Yes.
though we became illegal in 2020, I feel like we're going to be legal again in 2021, that we can actually gather.
Gather again.
Yeah. Home sweet home. Home is where the heart is. Home is my favorite place to be.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Oh, I thought you were going to sing.
You know what? I started to, and then I was like, I don't really know that song. I think there's
Come
a song.
on in. Welcome home. You
Is
are
that-
loved.
is that
You
really a
belong.
song?
I don't know.
Okay, she's trying. She's trying.
I feel like that's a song. I think it's a country song.
Okay,
You
but
know.
listen, that is not legit. Like, that is not. Like, I love my home, and it is home sweet home, but I need some real life home signs.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, if you were going to do that, what would your real life home sign be?
Sinners live here. I mean, really? They walking all over my house, saying no, they ain't cleaning their room, doing their stuff. I mean, that's a real life sign. Yes.
Yes.
Welcome home. Sinners live here.
Yes. I need a sign that says, my daughter pees on her carpet.
Are you serious? She's peeing on her carpet?
Yes, who just turned 5 today, but my 4-year-old, she and Caleb were playing in her room the other day, and he put his foot in something, and he goes, oh my gosh, why is this wet?
It was her pee?
I came in and I was like, Caroline, why is your floor wet? And he smelled it and he was like, that is pee. And I said, baby, why is there pee on your floor? And she said, I just had to go.
Well, truth. She's speaking the truth. Because sometimes even as a mom, I'm hiking it to the bathroom and I don't make it. So good job,
Oh
little
my gosh.
one.
She had there was no remorse. She was not repentant. It was just like, I had to go.
Do it.
So I just popped right down here on this carpet.
Oh my gosh, that's gross.
It's
But listen,
super gross.
remember our very first bonus episode? Do you remember the name of our very first bonus episode?
Who forgot to flush?
In our house just the other day. Straight up, kid comes out of the bathroom. He's like, I'm not going in there. Somebody forgot to flush. I'm like, you're sure it's not you? Mm-hmm. No, it's not me. We had a whole, it was almost like a interrogation in the house, one by one. Whose is it? How big is it? Does it smell that bad?
So gross.
Everybody's like saying it's not theirs. I know. The mom knows. I knew exactly who it was.
Of course.
He said no.
Yeah.
We had a little moment, a little
Yeah.
come to Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's get truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And was there a plunger involved?
The husband had to do it.
Yeah.
And he totally came out of the bathroom like about to throw up. I'm like,
Dry heaving.
I've done that so many times, man. Get in there.
Yeah, it's your
Punch
turn.
that mess.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's so nasty, but who forgot to flush is real.
Oh, one of the ones I was thinking about was careful where you step. And that's perfect for
Yes.
Caroline's room. You need to put that sign in Caroline's room. Careful where you step.
Yes, I remember. God, that just reminded me that when Caroline was little, when she would sneeze, sometimes they get those colds and stuff. And I remember she would sneeze and mucus would like fly out of her nose and she wouldn't tell anybody. So you'd be walking down the hallway on the wood floor and you'd be like, oh, why is it slippery?
Oh my gosh, I think that's almost grosser than the pee.
She's nasty. I've had to tell her she wipes boogers on her wall by her bed.
Well, listen, I've always told people, if you see a brown spot on the wall, don't touch it.
Do not.
It's probably poop.
Ooh, poop.
Yes.
How does poop get on the wall?
I don't know. How does anything get on the walls in our house with kids? We don't know what those people do. That's why the sign "Sinners Live Here" is so appropriate.
They are so nasty. I think you could have a sign that said, "The people in this house are nasty."
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Listen, if HomeGoods would just check with us before they come out with their spring merch, we could totally give them some great sign ideas.
Yes, that all moms would actually buy.
All of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the reason that we're talking about home and our homes and these home signs is because why, Becca?
Season 3 of the Gather Moms podcast is all about our home.
It is all about our home.
Warm fuzzies all over me. I'm excited.
Well, because we felt like, we're moving into so often in the spring, we're cleaning out stuff.
Yes,
You're doing spring cleaning. You I think after Christmas, you kind of do look at your home in a different way, right?
For sure.
And so we wanted to look at our homes. I mean, that's where mom's influence is and where we live, and it reflects so much about our heart. And so that's what we're going to be talking about.
Man, I'm so excited because I think it really is one of those things that we live there every day, but do we think about the purpose behind it in that daily life?
Yeah.
Because it really is this place that we leverage our influence for our families. We are training our children. We are growing. We're figuring out the areas that need work, the places where we really are sinners, and we need Jesus to step in and make a change.
Yes.
It's so good.
And we're so excited because we have some really neat guests that we're going to bring on this season that I think are going to give us some cool insights about our home and just evaluating those different areas. But before we have them on, we wanted to talk to you about our own homes. And, a lot of you are new around here or maybe new, and maybe we've never met you in person. And we wanted to give you a kind of an insight into each of our own homes and kind of what it looks like in our homes and what they're about and stuff. So, Rebecca, you're going to go first. Whoop, whoop. Are you good with that?
I'm in.
Okay, so tell me, who lives in your home?
Okay, so our home, I'm going to skip to the second question too, how long we've lived there. We actually bought our home when our oldest was 1 year old, and he's 14. So we've been there 13 years.
Wow, okay.
And I live with my husband, Greg. We actually celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary this month. We went out to dinner, and the wait time was so long, and we were really hopeful that it was like they were overestimating, like, let's just hang in there.
Yeah.
They weren't. It was like 50 minutes.
50.
And we were doing it while our kids were at church, so we had like a set time. Bummer. So we get to the table, and the waitress doesn't come for like another 5 minutes. So she comes to the table finally, and we're like, look, we just got time for dessert.
Yeah.
And we're going to need you to put a rush on that.
Yeah.
And we don't even need the check. We're just going to drop some cash on the table because this is all we got time for. So we got dessert. Yay.
But y'all did get to go to Mexico for your 20th.
You're not supposed to tell people that. They're supposed to feel sorry for me that I only got dessert for my
anniversary. My bad. Forget I said it. Strike it from the record.
I had some good chilaquiles in Cancun. So, yes, we did get to celebrate.
Okay.
We have 3 children. My oldest is 14, is a freshman in high school. I have a 6th grader that's 11 and a 2nd grader that's 8 years old, and that's the girl. So we have 2 older boys and a girl. And my older boys are man-childs.
They're big boys.
They are huge.
Yeah.
So everything is huge with them. Their laundry is huge.
Yeah.
Their bathroom adventures are huge.
Uh-huh.
Their smells are huge.
Uh-huh.
All of it is huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They wearing men's clothes, right?
Oh, yes. Like, forget juniors. Oh, I mean, what teens? We ain't even in teen clothes. We in, like, the man world. Yes. Which actually is kind of nice because they almost wear the same size.
Okay.
So we just share all the things.
Wow. Yeah. But let me tell you something, because Caleb's starting to wear, like, men's small.
Yes.
There's a price difference.
We're in men's large.
Okay. Are you serious?
Yes. Oh, I love the small. That's so fun.
But there's a price difference.
Oh, yes, there is. I mean, it really is a jump. I wish I could pay the junior, like when you go in Old Navy, I wish I could go back to the little boy world.
Yeah.
Because it is definitely more expensive.
No, I didn't know how good I had it. Yeah.
You just got to like find the sales, buy 12 of the one thing that they wear, and just let them go at it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys have been in your home 13 years, 3 kiddos. You and Greg have been married 20 years.
Whoop, whoop.
So what does it look like in a typical week in your home? What's going on in your house?
So both my husband and I work full time. So we go to work every day. My kids are in public school. I love you, public school teachers. Yeah. You're amazing. If I could give you all the money in the world, I would do it.
Yeah.
And then my oldest plays soccer. So we have 2 soccer games a week. So those are after school. We also go to church on Wednesday nights. My kiddos are in church. So we are probably eating out at least twice during the week, definitely on the weekends, because all the moms are tired by Friday night. And we're like, forget it. Order the pizza.
Yeah.
And then we work in a church, so we're at church all weekend too.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing in my house is my Instapot, because it is a lifesaver for me with dinners. Cooks it quick. I usually can cook more than enough. That's the other thing with having man-childs.
Yeah.
They eat. I mean, I don't have a lot of leftovers because they're eating all the things.
Right.
So we have a busy week. Really, when I get to Friday night, I am so relieved to be there.
Yeah.
Like, praise the Lord, we made it. Hopefully we can sleep in Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And then we kind of start back all over again. But
so Jake's soccer games are usually like during the week then? Not
usually Tuesday, Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And sometimes they're away, and we play some teams pretty far away, so we're driving 40 minutes sometimes to get to a game.
Yeah.
And you have to pay. You have to pay to get into your kids' games.
Excuse me.
It is not free.
So rude.
So it's almost like you have to add a whole nother budget line
Yeah.
for your children that play sports, because you are paying for all the things you're going to.
Yeah.
So it's a whole nother expenditure.
Well, and then do you think, will your other 2 play any sports this spring?
Yes. So our church does some sports. We're going to play through them.
Yeah.
Thank you, church, for not, well, they do charge us to play.
I know, but it's not
But we don't have to pay to get into the game.
Yeah, and it's not, the price is not like some other stuff. Yeah.
No. So we'll be doing those things too. Spring is busy for us. It just is. The fall was busy too, but spring is busy for us. I like busy. I like watching my kids do the things they love. It brings me the most joy.
For sure.
I tell people I came out of the womb ringing the cowbell.
Right.
Because the Lord knew I love to watch my kids do their stuff. But it really does create chaos. And if you don't know it going into the week, you get on the behind, and then you are playing catch up all week.
For sure.
Food, lunches, dinners, activities that come up. Laundry, did I do it? I mean, really.
Right.
Bless us moms.
No, it's a lot. And you just started working full time again. When did you start? In the fall?
Last September, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm sure there's still kind of acclimating to that. Do you feel like you've gotten into a better rhythm with it?
I do. I feel like I'm in a better rhythm, and I feel like I've let things go.
Good.
You have to be able to say these things are not as important.
Yeah.
I added a friend to my life over Christmas. His name is Baby Shark. It's a robovac.
Yeah. When I hear Baby Shark, I hear Baby Shark. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. So I know that this is crazy, and y'all have all probably been on the robovac train for many years, but I just got one, and it's my favorite person in my house. I mean, love you, Baby Shark.
Yes.
I love you.
Yes.
And when I come home and Baby Shark has stopped mid-clean because he got stuck, I'm pretty mad.
No, it's annoying. We have a Roomba, and then like when I can't find it, I'm like, I'm having to lay down, look under beds and chairs and stuff. Yeah.
But when he does his job, oh man.
No, it's very helpful.
I love you. My favorite person in my house right now.
So tell me then, what do you love about your home besides Baby Shark?
So we have a 1-story home. Yeah. I love 1-story homes. I like to be able to see everything that's happening. I don't want anybody like away where I can't find you.
Yeah.
So I actually love our 1-story home. And we only have 2 bathrooms. So that's my biggest pet peeve with my house. Yeah. It was not a big deal when the kids were little, but now that I have the man-childs,
no, that is hard.
I need another bathroom for the girl.
For sure.
Because bless her heart, is scary. Go in there. Sorry to send you in there, sweet thing. And my husband's so tired of her using our bathroom. Yeah. Because we're at that point where she does not need to be seeing all people naked.
Sure.
So it's like, she can't just be walking in whenever she wants.
I understand that. But yeah, that's hard. You want to protect the little baby. Yes. That is like a haunted house.
So if I had a dream world, I would have a 3rd bathroom in my house. But I don't. And I'm like, I grew up with 2 bathrooms when I was a kid. I did not even know the difference. No, I don't know what the big deal is. Yes. So we're going to be fine. Yeah, we're going to be totally fine.
But do you have like a favorite room in your house or like a favorite spot?
My bed.
Is it?
Every day I just look forward to climbing in my bed at night and wrapping up in my blanket.
Yeah.
Playing a little candy. No, I don't play Candy Crush anymore. I play solitaire.
Okay.
Playing a little solitaire.
Okay.
Watching the 10 o'clock news. I love you, Cynthia Isakere. And then just closing my eyes and going to sleep. It's my favorite.
That's good.
Yes,
yeah. I love my bed too. Yeah. Okay. Tell me, let me see what my next question here. Okay. So you don't love that you have only 2 bathrooms. You would love to have another one. Is there anything else that you don't love about your house?
We don't have grass in our backyard. We did one time. And then we had a tree. And the tree grew. And everybody loves trees. But did you know that when the tree gets big and the sun cannot get to the ground because of the tree, your grass dies?
For sure.
So it's mud. It's just sheer mud in the backyard.
Can you cut the tree back?
We've trimmed it. That's a whole thing. I don't know if you people know about trimming trees, but it's like really healthy for the tree.
Yeah.
Looks really pretty, but it's just a big tree. It's just huge now.
We've lived there. What is it?
14 years.
Yeah.
I think it's a live oak.
Yeah.
And the grass under it just doesn't grow because it's not getting sun, which it may be the kind of grass we have too. Maybe we need to get a different kind. But it's just mud back there, so we don't go in our backyard.
Yeah, that's annoying. I can see that for sure.
But I'm like, if that's the worst that's happening.
Well, listen, we hardly have grass in our front yard. It struggles to grow because we have the biggest front yard on the street, and we're down here at the end of the cul-de-sac, and all of the 30 kids that live on my street play in my front yard.
Every time I ride my bike or walk past your house,
yes,
there's so many kids in your front yard.
Yes,
doing all kind of things, all kind.
Yeah, we have a bench on the front porch.
Yes,
and typically there's 3 or 4 kids sitting there talking, playing Minecraft together or something. And Jeremy and I just decided we are willing to make this sacrifice to not have the perfect yard because we want these babies here where we can see them.
Yes, you can see them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make the switch and move to you. So let's talk about your home.
Okay.
So, who lives in your home?
So I live here with my husband of 17 years. We're going on 18 in May. So Jeremy and I have been married 17 years, and then we have 3 kiddos. Caleb is 13. Lydia is 9? 10. She's about to be 10. She's 9. 13, 9, and then today 5. So 13, 9, and 5.
Happy birthday, Caroline.
I know.
Aww.
Our precious little cherry on the top.
The piece on the floor.
She's a mess. So we used to call her Osama bin Caroline.
That's right. She's a little terrorist.
She was literally a terrorist for a while. She's evened out a lot. But so we have been in this house a little over 5 years.
Oh, it's only been 5?
Yeah.
It feels like you've been here forever.
Oh, well, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
So we like our house. We are mostly a one story. All we have upstairs is like a big game room, playroom. It's basically the kids' room, TV room.
Yeah.
That's the only TV we have in our house is the one upstairs. And there is a bathroom up there, which actually saved the day this morning because we had one kid in one bathroom, Daddy in our bathroom, and Lydia was like, I have to go. And I was like, run upstairs, babe.
That's why you sent him out to the backyard at the Bradfords. Sorry. Go pee off the porch. That's all we got.
So I like it like that because I have found that as a mom, I really like things to be organized and straight. I feel unsettled when there's just a bunch of clutter. And so for us, it was a huge win. The first 4 years we lived here, all the kids' toys and their play stuff and everything was just upstairs. Mm-hmm. And, it didn't even monitor it that much because I just wanted them to be able to have a space. And that way they weren't bringing stuff into my sacred spaces are my living room, my kitchen, and my bedroom.
Yes, they are.
And
they're beautiful too.
Well, that's sweet. But I need those spaces to be, they don't necessarily have to be spotless, like clean, but they just need to not have clutter.
Right.
And so I had to decide, that's where I'm going to fight my battle. The kids, I like their rooms to be orderly, but I am not trying to mess with that every day. Right. And then their upstairs area, they need to be able to have fun there and not have me coming up there constantly. Oh, clean this up, So that has been a good balance for us.
I think that's great. I mean, it's really smart to decide which room is the room that you're like, okay, I really love this room. I want it to be a certain way. And then just let everybody else have some peace in the other places.
Yes. We have a very open floor plan, which I generally like, but I also would prefer some more walls.
Yeah. Who says that in 2021?
I
want some more walls.
But it just gets loud.
Yes.
Our kitchen is wide open to our living room, and then the upstairs is wide. There's kind of like a balcony and this loft thing. And so when we have people over here and there's a lot of kids playing, it feels loud.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
And so I'm like, can we close off this top part or something, to help kind of with some of this noise because it just can get loud. And I don't always love loud. If I'm here with the kids, it's typically quiet.
Yes.
When Jeremy comes home, all HE
So
double
much
hockey
noise.
sticks breaks loose.
Yes. They rile them up.
He is a very loud human. Everything he does is loud. And, that's good for them. But, I have to be like, bring it down now.
Yes.
It's like the Ross hands from Friends where you're like, bring it down. Do you remember that episode?
I don't remember
I'll have to show it to you.
Okay.
But it's just kind of like,
I almost feel like you should be playing that meditation music that you go into a spa. And that's what you hear. That's what it's like when Kate's home. It's like, that's the music you hear.
I run my diffusers with my essential oils. I've got worship music going. One of my favorite things is being in my house alone.
That's another sign. Never home alone.
Yes.
Right? How often do we get that moment when we're just by ourselves in our house?
And that was one of the things that was so hard for me with, first of all, the pandemic in the beginning, March 2020 and all that stuff, when we were like, I felt trapped here with all these people. And then it was hard just recently over Christmas and everything.
Yes, and your quarantine, yeah.
And I hate saying to my kids, it makes me feel so guilty when I'm like, hey, I need a break from you, because I just feel guilty. But I had to get to a point where I had to say to the kids, hey, I love all these stories so much. Can't wait to hear more of them, but I'm going to need a break for a minute, So, yeah.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay, so what does a typical week look like for you guys? What are y'all doing?
So Jeremy works full-time at the same church that, this is for the people listening because obviously you know that.
Yes.
Jeremy,
thanks for sharing with me.
Jeremy works with Rebecca and Greg at the church. And so, but I work part-time from home and I have my own little office that we're actually sitting in. This is our podcast studio. And then this is where I sit and work. And so typically in the week, my 2 older kids go to school every day. And then little Caroline goes to preschool. And thankfully that is every day from 9 to 2.
Listen, all the praise hands for the preschools that are every day.
All the praise hands. We paid extra so she can go on Friday too.
Listen, I'm going to need one more day of you being in that preschool.
Well, because technically that's Jeremy's day off, because he's working on the weekends. And so when that option came up, he was like, Kate, it would be really awesome because he typically watches her on Friday so I can work.
Yes. That man wants to play golf.
Yes,
Come on.
he does.
Yes, he does.
So we're kind of similar to you. The kids have music, and they do that one night. We have church, and then right now Lydia's playing basketball, and so at various times, like in the fall, Caleb did cross country, wants to do track this spring.
Get it, Caleb.
Lydia's about to finish basketball, and then she'll play soccer. Caroline's ready to start gymnastics, so it's just
it's a constant in and out of all the activities, switching on to the next.
Yes.
What night of the week is this one? How are we going to switch it up?
And then I drive so I work remotely, and so I drive to where my company is in Bryan College Station once or twice a month. And so that'll be a day. My parents live there. Excuse me. So I'll either drive down on a Thursday night and work all day and come back, or like be there on a Thursday and Friday. Or typically what I do is leave here in Rockwall around 5 a.m., drive there, get there by 8 a.m., work all day, leave there at 5, and then get home around 8 p.m.
Listen.
So those are exhausting days.
Thing. That is an exhausting day.
Yeah. So I've had to learn to pace myself. Then like when I get home, I'm just like, okay, guys, I love you. I'm going to bed.
Right.
And then the next day I have to go easy on myself.
Yes.
Because I know that I'm worn out from that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what do you love about your house? What's your favorite thing about your house?
I love my bed. I do. I love my room.
Do all the moms in America love their beds?
I wonder.
Come
That's
on.
a great question.
Yes.
I put a lot of time and care into, curating a nice room.
Yes.
And then I like to keep it very clean and stuff because that helps me feel relaxed. And man, there is just, what is it about when there's clean sheets on the bed and the room is clean and you climb into that bed at the end of a long day? My goodness, is there anything better?
Heaven is so good.
It is so good.
Yes.
So I love my bed. I just redid my office and I really like it in here. And then I love my living room. We chose to not put a TV in our downstairs living room. And so I like it because I feel like we sit in there and we read books, we talk to each other, we play games. And so I like my living room too. There's a lot of natural light. We have those tall windows.
that also create a little stress when it's dirty and you cannot be getting your hand up there to clean that thing.
Listen,
didn't you hire somebody to come
we
clean your
hired
windows?
somebody in the fall, and that was money well spent. And it was not expensive. I thought it was going to be like a lot of money. No, it was not expensive. But dadgum, one of the really tall ones. So last week, I was at home. I was working in here, and I heard this loud bang. And Caleb goes, Mom, I think a bird just hit the window. And you go, and I'll show you when we're done in here.
There's a spot?
You can see the bird's imprint. Did
it die?
Like you can see his wing and stuff. And so I went out there and I was like, well, I don't see a bird. But I mean, that thing smacked it. Like it was loud.
So clean. He was trying to fly right into your living room.
Yes. So I look around. I don't see a bird anywhere. And then Caroline had a little toy out there and I looked at it and there was the dead bird.
It did die?
It died.
It flew so hard into your window it killed itself?
Yes. And so I had to dispose of it, which was not fun. And have mercy. So
God, that's such a downer.
Major downer.
Everybody take a moment, wipe your tear. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was terrible. I had to put his little body in a bag.
Stop it. We do not need the details.
It was terrible. And now all I see when I look at that window is that bird's last breath.
I'm going to need you to get a ladder and go up there and clean that off so we do not have to be remembering that all the time.
I'm going to have to hire my guy to come back out. We don't have a ladder tall enough.
No.
It's like scaffolding type situation to get up to.
You said when the guy comes put the Christmas lights up next year, hey, can you just take this rag for me and wipe real quick? Can you grab that little spot? I'm going to need you to.
Oh, it's killing me. I'm going to have to figure something out for sure.
Listen, moms, we know that our homes are more than decorations and closets. God, it's the place that God has given us to model good behaviors to our kids.
Yeah.
It's like a game of follow the leader, and we are the leader, and our kids are following us, and we want to leverage our influence to teach them grace and forgiveness and love. And that's what season 3 of our Gather Moms podcast is going to be all about. It's going to be about our home. We're going to get really practical. Yeah. We're going to share tips and tricks for organizing your pantry, cleaning out that nightstand. We're going to have our special guests, which we're so excited about having special guests this season.
Yes.
But I really think that as moms, we put our heart into our home.
Yes, we do.
So much of what we love and value, and even sometimes what we idolize, right? The things that we're distracted by, we bring into our home. It can be a comparison trap.
Yes.
You can look around you at the other homes in your neighborhood or maybe some friends that live in a different neighborhood and think, I wish, I want.
Or what our blessed Instagram influencers.
Yes.
Yes.
They always look so clean.
Let me tell you. Yes.
So we can compare our homes to other ones, but we don't know what their daily life looks like, you know, and really your home is more than just the outside.
Yeah.
And what the furniture is,
yeah.
It's who lives there.
That's right.
And what are you doing on a weekly basis? What are your conversations like? What are the things that you're stopping down to really pour into your children?
Yeah.
That's what our homes are. Our homes are an overflow of our desires, our emotions, and what am I looking to help my family thrive?
Yes. Our home, I mean, like you were talking about, it's a training ground. It's where we're training up our kids, but it's also where we are being trained too, right?
Oh, man, it's like the greatest trainer for a mom, right? Because you can really feel like you either kill it one day or you fail.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that God wants to meet us here in that place, you know, in the same way that God wants to make his home in our hearts, he wants to make his home in our home, right?
Yes.
He wants this to be the place where he lives, and he wants to mold our hearts so that we overflow his love and grace and goodness onto those closest to us. And so my choices and spiritual disciplines that I'm doing in this home, they can either fuel the attitudes and actions in my home where we're promoting grace and love and kindness and we're growing, or I can be the impetus of where some of those bad choices are coming from. And I can be fueling more sinful behaviors and laziness and waste and temptation in my home. And this is a great chance for us to look at what is working in our homes, what is not working, where does God need to do a work?
So true. I think that you want it to be a safe place, you know, but you want that safety to be a place where you can mess up.
Yes.
And you can make a poor choice and have that net of love to catch you. And I think we always think about that for our kids, right? Like I want my kids to feel like they can make a mistake in my home and I'm going to help them.
Yeah.
But it's the same for us.
Yeah.
God wants it to be a place where if we make a mistake, he can catch us too.
That's right.
And he can right our heart and send us back where he wants us to go.
That's right. Because if this is the place where we want him to reign in our homes, that's where his grace reigns too.
Yes.
And his grace offers us the power to become more like him, but it also offers us forgiveness and kindness when we don't look like him.
Oh, so good.
So one of the verses that we really thought stood out to us is kind of when we're thinking about God looking at our homes and what happens in these homes and how that looks in our hearts. We thought about this verse in Psalm 139 where David says, he says, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me and lead me in the way everlasting."
I think that, search me, that's so appropriate, right?
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm searching for something in my house, like a lost thing or a random kitchen tool that my kid unloaded the dishwasher and did not put back where it goes.
Well, without a doubt, yes.
But it's so true that really it's like God is searching me too, right? And I want him to search me.
Yeah.
I don't want to just coast through motherhood feeling like I'm getting it all right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. And I want God to search my heart and show me the things that are causing anxiety and the things that are potentially overflowing onto my kids that should not be. I want him to see those areas that need his work, his hand.
For sure. And so that's what we're going to be doing is we're going to go room by room in our house. And, like right now we're sitting in our office, my office. And, when we do an episode about the office, we'll look at what kind of things are you doing in here? Let's pull it all out. What are in these cabinets?
Yes.
What are you spending your time on in here? What is this room supposed to be used for? What's working? What isn't working? What do you need to keep? What do you need to let go of? And, just examining those things, the purpose of that room, what's working, what isn't working, and where God needs to do a work there.
If God were sitting right here with us, we want to know, what would you say about our role as a mom in this room? How can we use this room to make motherhood even more wonderful?
Yeah.
And one of those things we're going to talk about is, our reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's a room in our house that a lot of us spend a lot of time in front of.
Yeah.
What does God have to say about our bodies and our thoughts
Right.
and how we view ourselves? That's bubbling over to our kids as well.
Right.
We're going to touch on relationships, not only with your kids, but also with your husband.
Yes.
He's an important part of your home, your spouse. And so how is that relationship affecting things?
Let's look in the bedroom for a minute.
Ooh, girl, you said it. Yeah, y'all, we'll give you a heads up before we get there. Okay, we'll prep you. But the gospel has such compelling truth about all parts of our home.
Yes.
And we're going to look to the gospel for truth about our homes. We're going to look to the gospel about truth about motherhood, and we're going to put it all together and have just a great season talking about our home.
Yes, and I'm so excited. I feel like this feels very doable. I think sometimes when people think about cleaning out or organizing, it's you look at the whole elephant, and it's like, oh my gosh, I would never be able to eat that elephant. But I feel like what we're going
Not that you would want to eat an elephant.
You know what?
Anyway.
Maybe it's delicious.
I don't know.
But what we're going to be able to do in this season is just week by week, kind of take it room by room. And in some of our rooms, we're even going to break it down to
yes.
a nightstand, a closet, a mirror,
Yes.
a junk drawer. And so we're going to take you through those piece by piece where it's something that we feel like feels doable for us, feels doable for you. And so that every week you could just kind of, even to yourself, go, okay, what in that part of my home does God need to get a hold of? What does he want to do in this space? And then therefore is he doing in my heart? And I'm so excited for us to kind of go through that journey together and do this sweep where we can look back at the end of this season and go, man, you know what? God really used that time to do a work in my home. So it's going to be even more intentional and spirit-filled as I head into the rest of 2021.
Listen, we know as you're listening to this episode that you have a mom friend that needs to join us on this journey through our homes.
Yes.
So would you just take a minute today and share the podcast with a friend? We'd love for you to go on and leave a review. Those are always great in helping mamas find us, but maybe it's a text or a call and you just say, hey, I want you to listen to this podcast with me this season because I really think it's going to be great for both of us. So please, would you go and share the podcast with a friend today?
Yes, we would love that. And we are so excited that you guys are on the journey with us for season 3, and we cannot wait until the next episode. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.